Hi everyone, this is Steve Johnson. The purpose of this video is to provide you with some information concerning the summer sessions of pbvU. A lot of this information you may have already learned during your sessions, but we just wanted to send out a quick video to go over the follow-up activities and some of the other things that you may have missed during the session or during the mini sessions that you attended. So the first thing is you've already participated in the 7-hour seat time of the summer session. Now you're in the midst of the follow-up activities, which include 2 implementations from what you've learned, and then 2 reflections. And we'll talk about those things in just a bit. Before that, let's just talk about the learning cycle really quickly. You've already done your 7-hour session, so you're kind of in the midst of that develop and refine and take away. And then in the next week or 2, or maybe even 3, you're going to do your first implementation. You're going to use the reflection template to reflect upon your implementation. You'll do one more implementation. You'll reflect again using the reflection template, and then the course will be completely done. And you'll have to do this for each of your sessions. If you did 3 this summer, you'll do this for the 3 different courses. Here's another example. It's the same Google drawing, but it has some information. And in this example, it's in regard to Jill Hamilton Bunch's ELD session. So she had her 7 hours with her people, her participants, and then they're going to develop their 6 4-plane ELD lesson plans. Their first implementation will be teaching 3 of those 4-plane ELD lesson plans, doing a reflection upon that with the reflection template, implementing again the other 3 4-plane ELD lesson plans, reflecting again, and then the course is complete. Here's the reflection template. Hopefully you saw this during your session. It's a 1-page document that will extend once you put information underneath each question. If you have any questions about this, please make sure you reach out to your facilitator or instructor or the academic coach at your school site. So the document has 2 parts to it. This is part 1, and then this is part 2. So I'm going to go back to part 1 really fast. After you do your first implementation, you'll fill out the first part of this document, part 1, and then when you do your second implementation, you'll fill out part 2. And again, this is all in one document, all in one place. So you'll just fill out part 1 and then fill out part 2. Here's an example of a proposed workflow for finishing your implementations and reflections. You already did your learning session. You are now developing, refining the takeaway. Hopefully you kind of started that during the learning session. And then you're going to implement. Maybe week 3 is when you do your first implementation. Reflect week 4, implement it in week 5, and then reflect in week 6. You'll be done by week 7. That's a proposed workflow. Here's a 5-week workflow if you want to get it done a little bit more quickly, or even a 6-week workflow. Basically, you want to finish all of this by the end of first quarter. If you have any questions about this, here's a good plan. I would first reach out to your instructor or facilitator, like I said before. If that person isn't available and you need a little bit extra help with maybe how to use Google Classroom or how to do a particular strategy that you learned, I would definitely reach out to your academic coach since that person is at your school site. But if you still have any questions or need assistance, don't hesitate to contact one of us. You can contact Jason, Kathy, Amy, or myself, and we will be more than happy to help you and try to resolve your issue. Okay, another thing to quickly review is Google Classroom. Now, during pbvU, Google changed the interface a bit of Google Classroom. Notice how the About tab is no longer up here. It is right here. And that happened during a session, and I was super confused because this used to say classmates, I believe, but now it says people, and About went right here. So sometimes Google does that, but if you click on About, you'll see something like this. The class code, if you're the teacher, is right here, and the About page, all of the resources that were uploaded will still be there. So just so you're not confused, make sure that when you go into your Google Classroom, you see those changes. And if you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to let us know. Okay, one other thing I wanted to show you was in Google Classroom, and this could be for facilitators, instructors, and participants, the information I'm about to share, is I like how Laura Lepke did her assignments in Google Classroom. You can see that she has an implementation assignment and then reflection 1 assignment. So what the participants would do is they would fill out part 1 of the reflection, and then they would upload it here without part 2 being done yet. And then they're going to upload their kind of gets the evidence for implementation 2, and then they'll fill out part 2 of the reflection template and turn that document in again. So again, just to review that, what they're going to do, the participants in this 95% group session, is they're going to upload their evidence of implementation number 1, and then just do part 1 of the reflection, then upload their evidence of implementation 2 here, and then they will finish part 2 of the reflection. And that's it. So hopefully this information was helpful. We'll have a little more information that's sent out to you, but don't hesitate to ask us any questions, and make sure you reach out to your facilitator and or instructor if you have any questions at all about the implementations and the reflections. Thank you.